Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the beach. How fun is it to be at Orchard Beach in the winter? I think this is a beautiful place to be anytime, but I am so excited to be here this morning with all of you. I'm New York City Parks Commissioner Sue Donahue, and I am so excited to be at the beach in December and to celebrate this incredible occasion. Of course, as this is not usual for us, we're not here to celebrate the start of the beach season, which is kind of a thank goodness for many on my staff because we need time to get ready for that. But that will be here, as we know, before we know it. But we're here to celebrate the start of something even better, the restoration of the incredibly historic and beautiful Orchard Beach Pavilion. As we all know, Orchard Beach is beloved for good reason by Bronxite and by New Yorkers from all across the city. It's known correctly as the Bronx Riviera, and it is really the crown jewel of the Bronx in Pelham Bay Park. On average, more than 1.7 million visitors come to Orchard Beach and make a splash every single summer, which is really incredible. For many years, the pavilion was the first stop for beachgoers upon arrival, a landmark architectural gem for millions of New Yorkers preparing for a day out in the sun and surf. So today is really a great day for our city. It's the start of a new chapter for Orchard Beach, Pelham Bay Park, and for the Bronx. I'd like to start by introducing and welcoming our great speakers who are with me this morning. We have EDC Chief Infrastructure Officer and a great partner of ours at the Parks Department, Josh Krause, is here with us. We have the wonderful Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, is in the house this morning. We have State Assembly Member Michael Benedetto. Council Member Marjorie Velasquez is with us. Council Member Amanda Farias is with us. And last but not least, Council Member Rafael Salamanca Jr. also this morning. We're expecting, I don't think he's here yet, former Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. is hopefully going to be joining us. We've also got President of the Friends of Pelham Bay Park, Nilka Martel, is on the stage with us. And we have our wonderful new Bronx Borough Commissioner, not so new anymore, Jesse Aponte, here this morning. I don't have to tell all of you, but our city's waterfront is an incredibly vital part of summer for New Yorkers. It's a gathering place on a hot summer day, a place to cool off, kick back, relax. And I think it's even beautiful on a winter day like this. And while the pavilion has been closed for some time, this landmark structure for decades served as a gateway for summer fun for countless beachgoers. Through this project, we at the Parks Department look to achieve three main goals: reconstruct and restore the pavilion to its former glory by reconstructing this historic structure's concrete roofs and adding additional exterior finishes. Importantly, we're adding new accessibility features so that all New Yorkers can enjoy the beach, which is so important. We're providing new accessible ramps to the upper level of the building and adding a new ramp on the beach side down to the sand. And importantly, we're adding new places for other great amenities. We'll be restoring the historic concession spaces. So there'll be great food and drink for people, which is so important for coming to the beach. And we'll be soliciting proposals for food service operators for brand new concession opportunities here at Orchard Beach. We are obviously at the Parks Department so excited and can't wait to restore Orchard Beach Pavilion back to its impressive historic conditions with access and amenities for every member of this community. And we couldn't be more excited to break ground on this project with all of you in the community, with our elected officials, with so many great partners here this morning. Before I introduce our speakers, I'd also like to give a very special thanks to our consultant architect for the project, Marvel, and the construction manager, Gilbane, and importantly, all of our own park staff who have worked so hard behind the scenes to bring this project to life. I also want to recognize the people who brought this project to life, but also all the incredible parks employees, the parks employees of the Bronx who work so hard every day to take care of this incredible stretch of beach and so many other important parks properties in the Bronx. We thank them for their hard work and for their service to the city. Now, please join me in welcoming, first off, our EDC Chief Infrastructure Officer, Josh Krause. Josh.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I am New York City Economic Development Corporation Chief Infrastructure Officer Josh Krause, and I am so pleased to be here representing the fantastic team responsible for managing construction of this project. I'm joined by several of them, starting with the head of EDC's Capital Projects Division, Liz Arnaiz, as well as Odette Oliner, Nikita Sharma, and Alyssa Fernandez. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, they deserve a round of applause. Thank you so much, Commissioner Donahue, for hosting us here today to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Orchard Beach Pavilion Restoration Project. And thank you for the tremendous partnership that we enjoy with the Parks Department as we work side by side to deliver this project and so many others. We are truly proud and privileged to be here today as we begin to make this incredible vision for Orchard Beach a reality. This is a vision that we have developed together with the help of a world-class team at Marvel Architects, with guidance from the community, from stakeholder groups, and our dedicated elected officials. It's a vision that will not only restore the historic grandeur of this monumental pavilion, but improve upon it as well, as we write a new chapter for the next generations that will enjoy this space. And speaking of generations, I will say that I feel a particularly strong connection to Orchard Beach. Some of my mother's fondest childhood memories are of coming to this beach with her grandparents. And as a proud Bronx resident, I am looking forward to bringing my children here to enjoy this beautiful beach and this restored pavilion in the years to come. And we'll see about getting my mother here too. In the meantime, EDC will be moving full steam ahead with our construction team led by the Gilbane Building Company to complete the work on this magnificent pavilion in time for beach season 2025. To all of the champions and the advocates, to the elected officials and community groups, stakeholders, neighbors, city officials, and city employees, and to everyone who has worked so hard to bring us here today, we thank you. This project is truly a labor of love for EDC, and we are grateful for the opportunity to partner with you all in bringing this vision to life. We can't wait to stand alongside you again as we cut the ribbon in 2025, when I hope it will be much, much warmer. Thank you again, Commissioner Donahue.
Thank you, Josh. Yes, we can only hope. And yet another reason to make your mom proud. How great. This is such a wonderful event. Next, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the podium our Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. Good morning. What an honor to be here at the Bronx Riviera, AKA Orchard Beach, for our official pavilion groundbreaking. This is truly a long time coming, and what an important moment in the history of the Bronx. What an important chapter in solidifying our commitment to open space. I am so grateful to be here as your 14th Bronx Borough President with all of my colleagues in government who have been recognized, but I do want to recognize and honor our Parks Department Commissioner Sue Donahue, our first Deputy Commissioner Iris Rodriguez Rosa, our Bronx Borough Commissioner Jasenia Oponte. Want to recognize our Pelham Bay Park Administrator, Marianne Anderson. Our partners at EDC, thank you to Josh Krause and the entire EDC team. I want to recognize my predecessor, the 13th Bronx Borough President, Ruben Diaz Jr., for his incredible leadership. I want to thank all of my colleagues in government who are here. Councilmember Marjorie Velasquez, Councilmember Amanda Farias, Councilmember Rafael Salamanca Jr., our Assembly Member Michael Benedetto, and to our partners at Marvel and Gilbane, to Nilka Martel, President of the Friends of Pelham Bay Park. I also want to recognize our partners at Bronx Community Board 10. The chair of the Parks Committee is here, Terrence Franklin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is truly transformative and is going to be a game changer for the Bronx. Over 115 acres of what we call Orchard Beach, 1.7 million visitors each and every year. Hardcore Bronx residents that come religiously to Orchard Beach each and every summer. The recreation, the local jobs, the investments in our open spaces is going to make a huge difference for us here in the Bronx. I want all of you to understand and imagine how long it took for us to get here since this beach was opened way back in 1934. When this beach was opened, we never envisioned that we would not only have such a tremendous amount of use from Bronxites, but it would serve as a tourist attraction for residents, for New Yorkers across the state and the city of New York. I was very proud this past summer to carry on the tradition of the Bronx Borough President's Office in hosting our annual summer concert series right here at the main stage, and hundreds of Bronxites and tourists alike enjoyed summer concerts, salsa concerts, merengue concerts, hip-hop concerts, and we are continuing in that effort, but we knew that this day would come. The labor of love, the time and effort, and the tremendous amount of investments that have been made in Orchard Beach is recognition of the value of the contributions that Orchard Beach has always provided to the Bronx. Orchard Beach is a part of the fabric of our borough. It is a part of the foundation. It has transcended generations of families where we now have grandparents that still come to Orchard Beach with their grandchildren. Think about that. It's transformative. Think about the new generation of young people that now will get to experience a renovated pavilion and a renovated Orchard Beach. I am particularly excited about the new concessions and the new vendors and small businesses that we will welcome, because guess what? We want to make sure that tourists and all of our families take advantage of our Bronx swag, from our t-shirts, from our hats, from everything that is Bronx. Everything boogie down Bronx. And we're going to have small vendors here that will be providing those critical services. Now, during the summer, I will admit, and the commissioner and our first dep and our borough commissioner knows because they were here, consistently, we heard residents excited about renovated bathrooms. I have to tell you, the renovated bathrooms are going to be a game changer, because for so long, the bathrooms were not necessarily given a lot of attention. So when you look at what the $87 million of investments of what Orchard Beach will look like, a brand new pavilion, new concessionaires, new bathrooms, new ADA compliance, new ramps for all users that may have mobility and physical disabilities. That is what Orchard Beach represents. It represents the past, it represents the present, but it also represents the future. This is going to be a beacon of tourism and economic development and so much stability that many of our Bronxites have relied on for years and years. And so I'm incredibly grateful to the de Blasio administration, to the Adams administration, to all of the elected officials that not only invested their time and energy, but guess what? Money. And in the recently adopted budget in June for FY23, we were grateful to repurpose $6.4 million into Orchard Beach to make sure that it is fully funded and the project can move forward, working with all of my colleagues in government. So that's what we're getting, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting the very best because that is exactly what we deserve. And so for all of our community leaders, our partners, our parks advocates, the Bronx Chamber of Commerce, thank you, Lisa Soren and Michael Brady, for being here, because you recognize this from an economic development perspective, from the local jobs, from the union jobs that create pathways to middle class. That's what Orchard Beach is going to give us in 2025. I could not be more proud to work with all of you and serve as your Bronx Borough President and really make sure that we are all a part of rebranding what the Bronx is all about. So I say thank you for your love, for your labor, for your time, for your efforts, and the very best is yet to come. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you so much, Borough President Gibson. I know I'm thinking those salsa Sundays and dancing to keep me warm right now. So that's in mind. Next, I'm pleased to welcome to the podium Assemblymember Michael Benedetto.
Thank you, Commissioner Donahue, Aponte, and to all my elected officials. This is a great moment. I just can't wait for the first rapper concert that I can attend. Listen, I don't know if I should be admitting this, but I certainly was here some 70 years ago, and I remember the bathhouses, I remember the concession stands, and boy, to see them coming back and Orchard Beach being restored to what it is. The Bronx Riviera will be coming back soon. We have so many people to thank for it, but the people who thank you the most are the people of the Bronx. And we thank you for all of this. Let this happen and let it happen quick. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Assembly Member. And next we have Council Member Marjorie Velasquez.
All right, we need a little bit more Bronx energy. Good morning, everyone. That's how we're going to do it. I know we're all freezing, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet, just like myself. Thank you, everyone, for showing up today. It's been a huge undertaking. When we were here with Mayor de Blasio and then Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr., we talked about it. We saw the photos. We saw the renditions of what it will be. And now here's the next step, us breaking ground. Then the following step will be our families enjoying. That's what the Bronx is about. The Bronx is building, because we have electeds who have chosen to reinvest, to believe in our future and our potential, and to really dig deep and say that we are not out of borough, out of mind, that we are right here, right now, and our families deserve the best. And so I am so glad to stand here with so many officials, but more importantly, with our community. I see you. I welcome you, and let's keep on doing this work together. Thank you so much, and happy holidays to all. Pa'lante.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Velasquez. And next we have Councilmember Amanda Farias.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Councilmember Amanda Farias, and it is an incredible honor to be here celebrating today's groundbreaking as not only a Bronx council member, but as the chair of the Committee on Economic Development. Orchard Beach is pretty much all of our backyards. I spent many summers with my family and friends, as many of us have here today. The Bronx is incredibly lucky to have this beach, and even more so, these investments made to it. We have seen the pavilion fall to disarray because of storms and inclement weather, but more so because of lack of priority. This renovation will not only enhance visitor experience, but enhance the overall quality of experience for Bronxites across the borough, those that use and cherish it the most. To see $87 million invested in the needs of the Bronx is revolutionary and will bring back life to a cultural staple for our families and neighbors. We want to see this level of investment made across the many institutions in our borough because we want neighbors from other boroughs and places to come visit, shop local, and view all of our beautiful spaces. Today's groundbreaking represents a shift I hope to continue seeing throughout the borough, enhancing and investing in our quality of life. I'm incredibly excited to continue supporting this project and ensure that it brings holistic and sustainable economic growth and tourism for this community and our borough. Thank you to our NYC Parks Commissioner, Sue Donahue, Bronx Director, Yesenia Aponte, my NYCEDC team, and my colleague, Councilmember Marjorie Velasquez, for prioritizing public space needs in the Bronx. I look forward to working with all my colleagues here today to push this project forward and ensure its accessibility and equitably for all the existing communities. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so much, Councilmember. And next, we have Councilmember Rafael Salamanca Jr.
All right, buenos dias. Buenos dias. My name is Rafael Salamanca Jr. I am the council member for the South Bronx, and I am excited to be here today. You know, as someone that's born and raised, as a Puerto Rican kid from the South Bronx, born and raised in the borough of the Bronx, this was my vacation home that my parents would take me every summer. We would get on that bus, we would take the bus up here. My mom always made sure that she packed sandwiches, right, sliced sandwiches, and you know, and we had a great time here in the borough of the Bronx. So here I am standing before you as the council member for the South Bronx, and I have the same privilege of bringing my 8-year-old son to enjoy what Orchard Beach has to offer. Now, I know that the commissioners, they spoke about $87 million for this project, but we as council members are going to take credit because $18 million of that $87 million came from us in the city council. And I have to give flowers, kudos, to my Puerto Rican brother from the South Bronx, former borough president Ruben Diaz Jr., because he made this a reality here. The 6 years that I've been in the council, for 6 years I heard Ruben talk over and over, talking to the Bronx delegation, as how important it is to bring the dollars to the South Bronx, to bring the dollars to Orchard Beach and revitalize Orchard Beach. So if he's not hearing us, thank you, Ruben Diaz, for making this happen. Que Dios lo bendiga, gracias.
Thank you so much, Councilmember. And next, we have the president of the Friends of Pelham Bay Park, Nilka Martel.
Thank you, Commissioner Donahue. Good morning. I'm like Marjorie. I'm short, I'm sweet, and I'm going to keep it very short. What an exciting time to be here, and such an absolutely beautiful day. I thought it was going to be a lot colder than this, but it is quite beautiful here. So some folks thought that this project would never manifest. But for those involved participants, they knew that a project of this magnitude, of this importance, of this significance and value would require time and commitment. So on behalf of the Friends of Pelham Bay Park, a very warm thank you to all the individuals who have worked throughout the years to make this restoration a reality. And echoing what Salamanca just said, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for former Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr., our former Bronx Parks Commissioner Iris Rodriguez Rosa, and our Pelham Bay Administrator Marianne Anderson. It was their passion, their leadership, their persistence, and dedication to this particular project that made today a success. So I look forward to the ribbon cutting, hopefully in much warmer weather than today, and happy holidays. And please remember to check us out at www.pelhambaypark.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nilka. And next we have Terrence Franklin, the Parks Chair of Community Board 10, to say a few words.
Good morning on this cold morning. I am so happy to see what I see going to happen here. I've been telling my committee all the time, let's look forward to the ribbon cutting. Let's look forward to the groundbreaking. Let's look forward to the barricades around Pelham Bay Park, because that's going to be the new pavilion, the future of tomorrow, for people to see what their grandparents and great-grandparents saw 30 and 100, almost 100 years ago. And now we're going to see it again in my lifetime. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Terrence. Appreciate it. And now, last but certainly not least, we have Bronx Borough Commissioner Jessie Aponte to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. So I stand between the groundbreaking and the last comments, right? So I'm going to make this brief. So we truly appreciate you joining us on this cold day to celebrate the kickoff of the long-awaited construction at Orchard Beach. Before we continue, to the groundbreaking, I'd like to thank, of course, Commissioner Donahue, First Deputy Commissioner Iris Rodriguez-Rosa, Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson. Even though Ruben Diaz Jr., our former Bronx Borough President, isn't with us, I'd like to thank him. Assembly Member Michael Benedetto, Council Member Marjorie Velasquez, Council Member Amanda Farias, Council Member Rafael Salamanca Jr., our Parks Chair of Community Board 2, Terrence Franklin, and our Parks Chair, Bob Beater, President, Community Board 10, I'm sorry. President of Friends of Pelham Bay, Nilka Martel, EDC Chief of Infrastructure Officer, Josh Cross, our Marvel Design Team, Jonathan Marvel, Martha and Andrew, our Gilbane Construction Team, John, Steve, Michael, Jonathan, Raquel, Ashley, and that's it for them. Thank you. And our unions, Local 1, Local 638, Local 580, Teamsters Local 282. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Thank you to all the unions. Our president of Bronx Chamber of Commerce, Lisa Serin, and Michael Brady, thank you. Our project manager, Grace Tang and Nick Molinari. Our deputy director of architecture, Rebecca Burns. Our architect and our park preservation officers, Joy Gutierrez and Sybil Young. My team in the Bronx, Chief of Operations Larry Scoons, my Deputy Chief of Operations Danny Mercado, Minnie Del Rio, our Chief of Recreations Pharrell Coates, my Supervisor of Tech Services Steve, my Chief of Staff Mike Ortiz, my office staff Catherine and Valerie, thank you. Of course, our Pelham Bay team, under the leadership of Mariana Anderson, our Pelham Bay Administrator, our Deputy Administrator Christine Zagorski, our administrative staff, Samantha Halpern, Marisa Luisa Cipriano. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have those snacks on the side, so enjoy them. Get some coffee. And the heaters, by the way, and the heaters. Thank them. Our park supervisors and team, Tony Rosa, John Dietz, Felix, Maggie, our forestry director, Greg Haber, and our setup team led by Luis Cartagena, and our PEP and Rangers for keeping us safe and educated here on the beach. And of course, our caterers and our EDC partners, Liz Arnaz, Odette Oliner, Nikita Sharman, and of course, our press team, Assistant Commissioner Crystal Howard, and Dan, our representative. So thank you all, and let's meet on the other side.
Thank you so much, Jesse. And what this shows is how many people it takes to make great public spaces great, and this is surely one of them. So thank you to our elected officials, to our community, to everyone here. Let's cut this ribbon. Three, two, one.